I'm a big fan of my next guest. Their latest album is called Welcome to My Blue Sky. It is the lovely folks of Momma, Ita and Allegra.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to San Francisco. Great to finally meet you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. How are things? The tour just is pretty much starting in support of the album and whatnot. How's it feeling out there?
It's feeling great. I think that we are finally kind of at, well, this is like one of our first headline tours. We've been doing a lot of support tours. So it feels really good to, be around our fans, as weird as that may sound. Or not weird, but, a little cocky or something. But
Like last night in LA, we had some pretty lit fans, which was cool. They
Yeah.
were moshing to every single song. I remember last time we played in San Francisco, actually, it was like one of the craziest shows we've ever played. So
Rickshaw style.
I am really hoping San Francisco brings that energy tonight.
yeah, I would say that was probably the absolute craziest one.
That
we've
was
played.
for sure the craziest show we've
Yeah.
ever played.
100%.
It was awesome.
It was amazing. Our manager came on stage at a certain point. I don't know why.
Our manager was just like handing us a bottle of whiskey on stage.
Yeah.
It was-
Really?
Yeah,
cool.
it was pretty
That's
awesome.
wild.
Yeah, I look back and Chad's just kind of like chilling. I was like, whoa, cool.
It's also the 10-year anniversary of Momma as well, 2025.
Oh.
It is.
And so I'm very curious as to, is it also the 10-year anniversary of your friendship?
Probably, yeah, because
Yeah.
we probably, if I graduated in 2016, then
Yeah.
we probably started hanging out in like 2015 for sure. Yeah,
Wow.
Aw.
crazy. I was just talking about this with my dad this morning. I was just like, "Are you proud of me?
Yeah.
I've been doing this for 10 years now."
Happy anniversary.
I mean, I'm mentioning this now, but Ita, what are the thoughts that are rushing through your mind right now, in looking back at 10 years of band and friendship?
Yeah, I think that, I don't know. I just think feel very lucky to have Allegra and to be able to do this. Like, I feel like this is such a dream come true for the both of us and something that we've been wanting for a while. And I think just like being driven pays off, and that's really crazy. And I feel like there's a lot of luck that was involved in it too that is like a bit mind-blowing. But yeah, like looking back on 10 years of friendship, I'm just like grateful to have you. Yeah.
Outside of the musical connection and common interests, as people, what connected you? What bonded you? What kind of made you say, Ita, you're pretty cool. I'd love to hang out. Come on over for dinner.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was definitely the musical connection at first. Like, before we even started writing together, we just had similar taste in music. And then I think we realized after we started hanging out that we were raised really similarly and we have really similar childhoods. And I just feel like, I don't know, the way that we grew up was just very similar. Like we have similar traumas as well as similar, I don't know, how would you describe it?
I don't know. It's like something that's like a bit unique.
Like both of our families like from the country,
yeah.
and like our parents don't have money necessarily. And like, I don't know, it's just like we grew up like cooking our own dinner and stuff. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
totally.
Like it's just, there was just a similar ethos, I think, in our households.
And I think that also, like, to put this into context, we also grew up in Los Angeles and went to a school with kids who definitely, maybe they just like lived a very different lifestyle. So it's like, it's nice to kind of find someone that like, I guess feels like home, as cheesy as that may sound, but like, you know what I mean?
Totally.
Yeah.
LA is huge. Can we
Yeah.
kind of zero and hone in on where in LA is country-esque?
Oh,
Well,
we're from LA.
yeah, we're from, when we
Like
say
LA
the country.
proper?
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Our
we say the-
family. Yeah, sorry.
No, Ita's family is from Yarrington, Nevada, and my mom's family is from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Okay,
That's what we mean when we refer to the country.
I see.
Yeah.
And, but in LA, was it like Covina, West Covina, Fontana?
I grew up on the west side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I grew up in the Valley.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right. So you still had access to a lot of the LA things.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure. Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
That's got to be interesting with the family that had those country roots, and then you guys being in LA and being raised in the essence of Hollywood in a way, right?
Yeah,
And being
totally.
bombarded with a lot of the commercialism and things like that. What was there any conflict in terms of like, I want to go see this band and not being allowed to or anything like that?
Oh, like with our parents and
Yeah.
stuff? Yeah, yeah. It's funny. My dad was just talking to me about this yesterday, actually. Where I'm the youngest of 5, so I get away with a lot, to be honest with you. And he was just talking to our tour manager about this yesterday, which was hilarious. But I feel like there was things that, like I got an offer by my friend to go to Coachella with his family when I was like 13 or 14, and I was begging, begging, begging. I really wanted to go, and obviously there was hesitancy, but I was able to go.
Who are you trying to see at 13 years old at Coachella?
That year, the headliner, there was I saw the Descendants.
I also went that year. Was
Yeah.
that the Snoop Dogg year?
I don't remember, actually, but or if it was, I didn't see him. But I remember getting caught in a sandstorm for Red Hot Chili Peppers, but Nick Cave played before, and I think Beck played before that, or something like that. Or maybe he was on a different stage. Tegan and Sarah was there.
Oh, amazing.
I know, that was huge.
So you were there at the Sandstorm year, basically.
Yeah, it was insane. I'd like never experienced pain like that.
I was at that
You were there too?
same year too,
Yeah.
and experienced the Sandstorm.
Oh
Yeah.
my God,
I think
it was
everybody has
horrible.
weird stories about that one. But
Totally.
you saw the Descendants for the first time there.
Yeah, it was awesome. Oh, and the Pixies played that year, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
Wait. No, maybe it was the next year. It was probably the next year.
I remember going that year because I remember seeing the Descendants, but I don't remember anything else from. They all kind of blend together.
Yeah.
For me.
Grimes, I also remember seeing, and that was interesting, to be completely honest with you.
As an impressionable 13-year-old, that must have been like wild and so life-changing to see Tegan and Sarah, Grimes, Descendants, and the Chili Peppers, to be fair.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. It was awesome. Yeah.
Did you take anything away from that in terms of the musical aspect and seeing them perform? And
I think I was just living in the moment. I think
Yeah.
I was just like enjoying the vibe, honestly. I wasn't necessarily thinking about that quite yet.
yeah. Allegra, you just mentioned your dad. And I recall reading somewhere that with the third album, Household Name, that he referred to it as Mersh.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
How does he feel about the new album?
He loves the new album. I think he's accepted the fact that that is maybe the direction that we are going in or that we're leaning into.
Yeah.
He loves it. He told me today he thinks that the song "Welcome to My Blue Sky" is a masterpiece.
Oh my God.
which is very sweet.
I'm sorry, he called it what?
He said the song "Welcome to My Blue Sky" is a masterpiece.
Oh.
But then he saw us play last night and he was like, "Damn, dude, you're really phased out." He's talking about a pedal that I have. And I was like, "Yeah, I think it was a little overboard tonight." And he goes, "Yeah, it was."
He's always honest.
So, yeah, he's always the first
Well,
to
he's a
critique
music
me.
journalist
Yep.
at heart, right?
Yep. Oh, yeah, always.
Congrats on this album. A lot of nice words being written about it.
Thank you.
It's
Thanks.
fantastic.
Thank
I love it. Everyone on staff loves it and what have you. And it's very
Sweet.
much based on personal experiences individually and unbeknownst to you or unbeknownst to you that there were some common themes of heartbreak and
Very much been
infidelity and all those infidelity and all those things.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
How easy was it to come together to write this? Because sometimes you come into writing sessions or collaborating as a band kind of objectively coming in, all right, what are we going to write about it? Or is it like, man, do I have a story to tell you?
To be honest with you, I think it started with like, okay, we knew we needed to write a, we were going into the process of starting to write another record or just like starting to write more songs after touring. And then I think we just had this mutual experience that like kept coming up when we would show each other things. And, or if we were writing together, like it just kept coming up. And then I think we realized that we couldn't escape that. And we needed to do that. And the way of processing that experience was like 100% through like just like going through the motions of writing and like connecting with each other on it and sharing memories and stuff like that. Yeah.
And I take it that having that close bond together, you guys kind of knew already where you were going with various songs.
Yeah, totally. But it still always took someone saying it out loud of like, are we writing about this again?
Yeah.
And like, how are we going to write about this again from a different perspective or a new angle, or what's the new take that we can have on this? But definitely like we didn't have to explain to each other what our feelings were on the situation. We already knew that.
Yeah.
I mean, being friends, you probably complete each other's sentences and whatnot, right?
Yes.
Definitely.
So was it also kind of easy to like, man, I'm writing this song, these lyrics, and it was almost like, wait a second,
Absolutely.
I got
think,
this as the
yeah.
hook or the chorus as the bridge or what have you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that I think there's plenty of songs where, well, I don't know. That's also like kind of just part of our writing process a lot of the time is like, like if we're starting to write like a lyric or something, trying to find like the right way to say what we mean. And I think we're just lucky that we have like two brains to bounce off of and brains that are very connected. So like, yeah, it's very much completing each other's sentences, in my opinion. Yeah.
And how hard was it to kind of hold back, or did you hold back in trying to not be so specific in a lot of the songs in regards to the relationships and infidelity?
I think that we struck the balance that felt comfortable for us. Like, I think if we had been, it's funny because Pitchfork, when in their review of the record, they said that it was like not, we held back too much, or like for such a personal record, it was very vague or something like that, which I push back on only because at the end of the day, like, we're not just writing music for ourselves. Like, music is a universal experience, and if we were name dropping and giving times and dates, like, then to me that further separates the listener from the experience
Totally.
of listening to your song. But I think at the time, what we were saying was really scary because I hadn't even told the person that I was with that these things happened. So while they might sound vague, I suppose, I was literally like spilling my guts, and this person didn't even know that any of this happened. So that was really scary.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's like certain things that we also, yeah, I agree. We definitely needed to also purge. So what we did hold back on were things that were important to maybe, I don't want to say like protect ourselves or others, but like kind of like, I think just to get I think Allegra just summed it up perfectly of just like making it a universal experience. And I think that it's something that like a lot of people aren't necessarily like talking about, and that it's okay to mess up, and it's okay that like, you know, you may hurt somebody's feelings or something like that, and as much as that feels bad, like, you're not necessarily a bad person. And I think that was like the biggest lesson that I took away from writing this record was just like, okay, actually we're good. Like, we are good people. It's fine. I'm happy, actually. I'm like way happier. So cool. Like, you are allowed to do what you need to do to be happy.
So it wasn't as if you were trying to hold back and say, man, we can't be so specific because then they're going to know. They know you're songwriters and in a band and musicians and what have you. So it's going to happen anyway, right?
Yeah. Totally.
I think we live in an age where there's so many artists that do lean on diary-esque type of lyrics that it's
100%.
surprising for someone not to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, without like getting too specific, I think that is a trend right now, and it's for some reason become the norm to, you know, describe August 25th, walked into the CVS pharmacy, whatever, smoked weed in your dad's car, and then you broke up with me. And it's like, that works for some people. But at the end of the day, we write pop songs and we just write hooks. I don't know.
That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
It is, I won't say a trend, I'm going to say commonplace instead.
Yeah.
Sure.
There's just a template that people kind of follow before they figure out what to do on their own, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
And I feel like what Allegra was kind of touching on earlier with like the disconnect for a listener, it's also like, I don't know, if you're trying to, at least like where we're at in our career right now, like, I feel like maybe if everybody wanted to actually directly know what we are doing with our lives, like, maybe that is like, there's a place for it. But like, yeah, that's just not our MO. But like, it is like so strange how people, it's making me think that lyrics like that are very like serving.
Serving.
Yes. Yeah.
When you first started the band, did songs start out in this vein? You just said you're a pop band. You're making pop music.
Yeah, I mean, it almost always starts with the hook. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, Ohio, the first thing that was said was, I'm running to you, right? And then everything happened after that. And for Fever, it was, I'm right on it. I'm right on it. And, like, repeating that and, like, how do we structure a song around that? And I think and it's not any consciousness of, like, oh, what works on the radio or, like, what's going to sell or anything like that. It's literally just because we like hooks like that, and that makes us excited. And so when we find a hook like that, we're like, ooh, okay, now this feels like a song now, because this is something I would want to listen to, and this is something that I'd be okay with playing live for years. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Yeah, you got to be comfortable. You got to like what you're playing, right?
Yeah.
You can't just feed the machine.
Exactly.
Who are some pop artists that are not only influential, but kind of inform your music and as fans?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that there are like pop artists that are influential to me, but when I think of a lot of bands that I love, I think they have a huge pop sensibility. Like, I love REM, and that, I mean, I guess they're an alternative rock band, but at the end of the day, those songs are pop songs, very much so.
They had a lot of crossover pop hits.
For sure. I would even make the argument that the Breeders, right?
Totally.
Almost exclusively pop songs.
I was also gonna say, like, the first band that came to my head was like The Cure as well.
Totally.
Like they have so much that is like really weird and off kilter, but they still write hooks in like every single song.
Same thing with them.
Yeah.
They had crossover hits. Love Song, Friday I'm in Love.
No, exactly.
They were like top 10 singles.
Yeah.
for
Radiohead.
sure.
Yeah.
Is another one.
Radiohead is a great example. I think it's more the structure and like what is a pop song as opposed to the how it sounds or how it's produced. You
Definitely.
know, like Smells Like Teen Spirit is a pop song.
Right.
And it's also a rock staple, but it's pop, you know?
Right. Yeah, I think there's this stigma of using the word pop. And,
Right.
I like to have these conversations with quote unquote rock bands to kind of normalize it. I think it needs to be put out there and discussed. So
There's no shame in a good pop song to me. Like, it's some of my favorite stuff to listen to. Like, I've been on like a really big 80s kick lately. I literally
Oh,
all I
really?
listened to today in the band was New Order. And
Really?
like, yeah, that's pop music.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
favorite song?
I really like, is it Temptation?
Temptation, yeah.
That's my favorite one.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were on a roll with that era.
Oh, yeah.
Regret, Bizarre Love Triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Blue Monday.
of course.
Thieves Like Us, Dreams Never End.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I Want You Fever is probably the ultimate pop song on this album. And it's not just the guitars. You also have some, can you describe that instrument? Is that a keyboard?
Oh.
What is that?
It's so funny that everyone thinks it's a keyboard. It's a guitar.
Okay.
It's a guitar.
And Aaron has this amazing, Aaron's our bass player, and he also produces everything that we do. And he has this really cool pedal, and it just kind of like glitches all of like whatever you're feeding into it. And it's never consistent, which is the funny part. So like we kind of, Allegra has like that lead line that's just like wow, 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 wow. And it, basically we were just pushing stuff through the auto bit pedal and found a little nugget.
That what you hear on the recording, like the is the first time I ever played it, because once we got that loop, you couldn't redo the
it.
loop.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So that exact glitch, that loop is from the very first time we all sat there and I was playing it and we are like, whoa, that sounds cool. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Aaron recorded it and then that was that.
And then it stayed.
Yeah, that was like
so we couldn't re-record it.
yeah, that was like a demo in Aaron's room, and
Yeah.
he took a lot of the stuff, especially through that pedal, that because there's no other way to do it. But yeah,
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you play this live through that pedal, you're not going to get that sound.
You
or you're
can't.
going to, it'd be what, 1 in 1,000 or something.
Yeah, I asked Aaron. I mean, I really don't know anything about the pedal, to be honest. I'm not a gearhead, but I asked Aaron if I should get one, and he was like, "There's just no way that you'd be able to play it.
Right,
it's not
right,
really a
right.
live pedal, supposedly."
Yeah. So then there's like Now that's the secret at the live show. That's going to be a little recording.
Yeah, it's a track, and then I play the part over it because I wanted to prove to every single person that it is a guitar.
Yeah.
Ohio all the time. You just mentioned it. It's a great song. I want to speak about this because I had it playing in the background as I was on FaceTime with my 13-year-old niece.
Oh.
And then she's like, what is that playing in the background? She just heard a kind of noise. Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, it's called Ohio all the time. Who would write a song about Ohio? She's Gen Alpha.
Right, of course.
You know where I'm going with
Ohio. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio, was it a Skibbity Ohio Riz?
Yeah,
I still don't even understand
I also
what that
don't.
means.
So you're speaking about Ohio in a great light, and Ohio is in Gen Alpha terms not good. Like you're so Ohio.
Okay, that's what it means.
Yeah.
You're so Ohio. That's interesting.
Yeah. So when they say like Skibbity Ohio Riz, they're like not good.
Bad?
Riz. Yeah.
Well, I love that you gave the perfect translation for that.
Yeah, I never knew what that meant.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I don't like Ohio
No.
at all.
Yeah, we're not necessarily actually fans of Ohio.
So it's not romanticizing Ohio.
No.
It's romanticizing one awesome night that we had in Ohio. That
Where
will
was
forever-
this night and what was going on?
Sandusky, Ohio, at the Great Wolf Lodge.
Yeah, epic.
What was going on there?
We were on tour, and we were on tour with 2 other bands, and all of us had an off day, and we all stayed at the Great Wolf Lodge and stayed up all night, got drunk,
Arcade after
some-
hours.
did some drugs.
Did drugs. We just had a really, really awesome time. Also, like, if you don't know what the Great Wolf Lodge is, it's like an insane indoor water park that also has hotels or hotel rooms, and they're all themed.
Yeah,
So it was like it was just like a freaky little experience. But
it's very
yeah.
trippy.
That sounds really weird.
Yeah.
It was really scary because we were all adults walking through the halls, like,
Yeah, like what
and there's
is
like little
happening?
kids running around, and we're like, oh.
Did
Yeah.
you document this? Is this part of any YouTube BTS?
It was too incriminating
Uh.
to record.
Oh.
Interesting.
I didn't have the camcorder at that point,
Oh,
or I had it, but I was having too much fun.
yeah. Totally, totally.
It's all documented in the song.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
The album sounds fantastic.
you.
Congratulations on that and all the attention that you're getting. It's so well deserved. I'm a big fan of you guys.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Really appreciate the time.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
It's Ita and Allegra from Momma right here on B-Sides.